Hi, this is Todd in the Shadows. This is the first commentary I've ever recorded, and I wanted to start with "Eenie Meenie" by Justin Bieber and Sean Kingston because that's one of the more popular ones, just because of how awful Justin Bieber is as a personality. It felt good to record this because I hate this kid. It's a little overdone because everyone hates him, but I was on this originally. Oh yeah, the sting there. That's a terrible picture of Justin Bieber too. That joke is from. I just noticed I mentioned Justin Bieber a couple times when I was doing other reviews. I never did a full review of Justin Bieber before this, but I mentioned him in the We Are the World one and the top 10 worst of the year one. And each time I sounded a little bit more disgusted when I said his name. So by the time I did a full review of a Justin Bieber song, I had to just go Bieber. Yeah, this joke launched a running joke that I am Justin Bieber. I wish I hadn't pointed out that I wear the same thing as Justin Bieber, because that's it's starting to be not funny. Nice outfit, Bieber. But yeah, Justin Bieber really is as bad as everyone says he is. It's oh, this joke. That's little Jimmy Osmond from 1972. He's one of the Osmond clans, and when I first heard this, Justin Bieber was the first thing I thought of. This was a #1 hit in the UK, for the record. Jimmy Osmond. And Sean Kingston, I've never had anything against. He is just an uncomfortable pop star. I mean, he is just not cut out for this, and I've always been just amused by it. And he is such a bad fit for Justin Bieber because, they just are so mismatched. Bieber looks even runtier and smaller next to Kingston, and Kingston just looks fatter and humongous next to Bieber, so it just doesn't do either of them any favors. I wish I had not been looking down so much at the floor. I tried not to do that. Someone said I was looking at the script. I'm not looking at the script. I'm just trying to focus. What I really wish I had was some cue cards. That would make it easier, but there's no place, obviously, for cue cards on my wall. You'd be able to see it. Yeah, I did notice that. Bieber's singing on the first 3 songs is actually a lot worse than it is here. His first 3 singles. And like I said, he is just not ready for this, and he was just thrown into this way too early. He comes on with way more swagger than he can back up. This is a good Eenie Meenie Miny Mo Lover. The second I heard this song, I instantly had to share it with everyone I knew, because the same way you share like the newest internet meme, ninja cat, dog falls off TV kind of thing, because it's hilarious. Eenie Meenie Miny Mo. I honestly think the editing could have been a little tighter than that, and it was pretty good. I could have launched right into more Eenie Meenie Miny Mo Lover. There's a little bit of a gap between me talking about it and me throwing it at you again. The problem, obviously, is that they use the word "a" instead of "an." Once I thought of that joke, that's the thing that made me decide this was going to be something I was going to review. I thought that was a good joke, and then I launched into this. The extreme close-up here is something I came up with at the very last minute. It was just the last thing I came up with before I started filming. It's the best joke in the entire video. My screaming, I wish I could do the high-pitched Daffy Duck thing Nostalgia Critic does. I can't do that very well. Like, when I get angry, I just sound angry, like legitimately pissed off, not funny angry, just... And the weird thing is, I'm not pissed off with this. Bieber's other songs pissed me off. This is just too stupid to get angry at. You just pity it. Including presumably some grown-ups. Why did one suddenly snap their head up and say, "Wait a minute. This is the stupidest thing." That was also a last-minute joke. I think that joke's okay. No one really mentions it. It's just kind of filler. And they just beat you over the head with it. Eenie, meenie, miny, mo lover. Eenie, meenie, miny, mo lover. Over and over and over again.
That consists only of one line repeated over and over again. I generally think songwriters should try a little harder than that. But when you start out with shoddy as eenie, meenie, miny, mo.
Shoddy is such a terrible word. I hate that word.
Yeah, kind of wrote yourself in a corner, huh, guys?
Yes. Yeah, I am looking down a lot. I wish I wasn't. See, yeah, that just bothers me. I don't know if it bothers anyone else, but I made a focus after this video not to do that anymore. Also, wished I had pushed the mini fridge out of the shot. You can see it on the left there.
Opposite? I mean, eenie, meenie, miny, mo is a pretty solid decision-making process. You do eenie, meenie, miny,
The video director kind of managed to make it look to avoid showing how bad Sean Kingston cannot dance, like cannot move his body in the least tiniest bit.
or, you know, without any...
My dad says I have a Leno chin.
Maybe what am I talking about? Here's what eenie, meenie, miny, mo love means.
That was one of my better acting moments, I
It
think.
means Justin Bieber thinks his fans are idiots, and he's right.
Yeah, Justin Bieber is going to have a rough
Can't dance.
next part of his career. I do not see him having a future.
Yeah, he sounds like Ray Charles next to Justin freaking Bieber. Kingston doesn't elevate himself, but he doesn't embarrass himself like Bieber does. Bieber's just trying so very hard.
Bieber's yet.
Yeah, sing it, Bieber.
See me looking down again. It just bothers the hell out of me.
Every drop of emotion out of the words.
Keep your head up, Todd. God.
Make sure we don't miss a single moment of raw passion. Make us believe that you
Believe that you.
deep down in your soul.
Yeah, that's what we call that over singing. Oh, and the lava joke. I actually came up with that. That came from my observation on Billy Squier's song called "You're My Kind of Lover," and he actually just apparently is just saying lava. You're my kind of lover.
Voice has nowhere near the charisma he needs to pull this off.
Oh, and yeah, like I made this observation later in the video, but like. It looks like he's got like the most chapped lips you've ever seen. Like they like put red clown lipstick on him.
Like I was saying, I don't hate the music. I don't think this was
You know, I say I don't hate the music for this. Listening to it now, it's actually getting really annoying to me. Like, I think it's actually a fairly catchy song. It's just there's no level in which you can listen to Eenie Meenie Miny Mo Lover and take it seriously. And everyone else is taking this so seriously. I actually kind of like Fire Burning.
Fire Burning, which was Sean Kingston's last hit. Same structure, stupider lyrics. It's not like anyone was going to mistake shoddy Fire Burning on the dance floor for a Leonard Cohen line.
Yeah, now that I pointed out that I'm looking down all the time, that's all you're gonna be able to see whenever you watch this video again. That's because the. Yeah, this part. You know, I tried. Mostly, I'm amused at this song, but the rap breakdown at the end, that legitimately does make me angry because that's really just horribly obnoxious.
Eenie Meenie Miny Mo is a nonsense rhyme. It has no place being in your song. What you are literally saying is that you're restraining women by their feet for being bad, and you won't release them until they scream loud enough for your satisfaction.
You know, why does, what the hell is Meenie Miny Mo? Where did that come from? I'm kind of curious. Good. Yeah, Justin Bieber rapping is, he's also got, did a little impromptu freestyle called Omaha Mall while he was at the Omaha Mall that someone showed me on the forums, and it was, about as bad as you'd think it was. Easy Lover is a great song. One of my favorite by Phil Collins solo.
But in Eenie Meenie, is the girl really that bad? I think the girl in Poison was supposed to have in Eenie Meenie, the girl's
Put your head up, Todd.
It seems to me she has all the right.
Yeah, I tend to nitpick all my videos. I'm pretty I can barely even watch these after I'm done with them. And especially right after I finish a video, I just hate the video by the time I'm done with it. I am just so sick of it. I'm just glad to be done with it, and I won't watch it for like a good solid 2 weeks.
See a lot of girls wearing Sean Kingston t-shirts and backpacks is all I'm saying. As long as the chick is down with pedophilia, I think Bieber's got this one in the bag. Everyone eventually succumbs to the awesome, undeniable sex appeal of Justin.
Like, that girl looks way too old for Bieber, or the both of them. She looks like, she's like 25.
Sexual outfit I've ever seen.
Nice.
Is he wearing lipstick?
I do not understand what makes this awful little kid attractive to so many people. He looks like an idiot. He's not attractive. He's not talented. He's ugh. Like there's a reason why Justin Bieber is a walking punchline. He legitimately does deserve it. Mad Photoshop skills.
There is just no getting around the fact that the foundation of the song is Eenie Meenie Mighty Mo Lover. Eenie Meenie Mighty Mo Lover?
Yeah,
Mighty Mo Lover? No matter how you say it, it sounds ridiculous, and believe me, I feel stupider every time.
my dad thinks I was a little harsh with the middle finger here.
Screw the both of you. The end.
Yeah. And we close out with more Little Jimmy Osmond. Yeah, that was one of my more popular ones because everyone hates Justin Bieber. Alright, I'm gonna do another commentary now. Alright, this is my video for OMG by Usher, and it is pretty easily my favorite review I've ever done for, it's Todd in the Shadows. This is my absolute favorite. And I could... I love how quickly I spring out of my seat here. No, I really feel like this one really, really worked. I was just firing on all cylinders for this one. It is also one of my most popular. And I am an Usher fan. Or I was in 2004, and I also really like his latest DJ Got Us Fallen in Love. OMG is just not good, though. And, I was really not even listening to pop music in 2004, but I did have that Confessions album. And then Love in This Club came out, and Love in This Club is just a disappointment. And but yeah, like I said, this one, this is one of the videos that I can actually rewatch over and over again. I think it's kind of slow at the beginning. Oh right, there's more Bieber in this one. I think that's just going to be a recurring thing. Every time I mention Bieber, it's going to have to be Bieber. I actually, his first single off this album was Papers, and that was about his divorce, but it wasn't. It was like a advanced single. It's not like the real single. It's like the soft opening before the grand opening, and this grand opening was whatever it was, that first one. I can't even remember the name. You'll see it later. But yeah, I remember the first 3 songs from this album with actual videos. I remember noticing were Daddy's Home. That's what it was. Were totally not about his divorce at all. And everything I'd read about it to that point, and then this is his big divorce album. This is the one about his. It's called Raymond v. Raymond, for God's sakes. And the first 3 songs about it were booty jams. Yeah, he's humping that girl there. Usher is all class. And this one is about the 3-way with Gold Nikki, and Nikki has a pretty terrible line at the end of her verse in that song. Everybody loves Raymond, because he's Usher Raymond. It took me like weeks to come up with a suitable acronym for OMG that might. I had the O and the M. I just couldn't get what the G would stand for. I had to go through thesource.com to get grief out of that.
And if that makes it sound like some generic club song, let me assure you that it is not. In fact,
notice how I stay focusing the microphone at all times to make it seem like I actually, have at least a tiny bit of professionalism in me.
I'm going to do my best and try and explain why, so let's just start with it.
Yeah. This is basically the same opening as UHF. That's the first thing I thought of when I generally try not to make jokes about music videos. Like, if it overpowers the song, as in, Lady Gaga's case. But, music videos are just not really what I'm interested in,
Begin with a blast of synth fuzz. It sounds like someone fell asleep on their keyboard, which...
Yeah, sleeping on your keyboard, that doesn't really work at all.
Then we get to...
I'm sure, this is not a secret, but I legitimately hate Boom Boom Pow. Like, I'm not faking that. I think it's a terrible, terrible song. Boom, 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 boom. Like
Black Eyed Peas frontman.
even just like on a basic songwriter level, I feel like they made like the wrong choices. It's
half-baked musical ideas married to idiotic cliches slammed together without any thought of coherence or transitions.
yeah.
And no, we don't need.
Oh, and I do hate I'm a Bee too. Apparently, you can see this in 3D. I heard if you got the right glasses, or I don't know, maybe that's bullshit. I don't know. Oh yeah, and Lupa's about to come up here.
We're already off to a bad.
I actually really hate putting cameos in my reviews. I've only done it a couple times, but I don't like doing it. I really hate doing it because you lose control over what goes in the video. Like I know exactly how I want it to look, and I'm not always good at explaining that to other people. I don't want to be like a over manager, but I remember when this was the first cameo I'd ever put in a video, first one that wasn't entirely created by me, and it actually just terrified me. I couldn't even look at Lupa's footage when she gave it to me for a little bit. Yeah, some people were wondering what the hell I'm doing with my left hand in this shot. Yeah, and you can clearly see Lupa is not on the other end of that computer. I just love the sudden transition. You don't even know she's there, and now I complain that I don't not able to get what I want, but I actually really love her delivery on that. Stop calling me.
Wait, did I hear that right?
Oh yeah, and the shouting.
That's what the G and OMG stands for.
For the record, I don't really like Napoleon Dynamite either. I think it's actually one of my least favorite movies, but it's the only thing I could think of when I heard this song for the first time. Yeah, they took God off the 7 dirty words list.
Banging 2 chicks at once. It's a little late to start courting the Southern Baptist crowd.
The original line there was Mormon, but we actually have a Mormon on staff. That guy with the glasses. He's out on mission. I didn't. And that's the only reason why I changed it. Maybe we've also got Southern Baptists, I'm sure, watching, and Jehovah's Witnesses watching too. So maybe I've offended them instead. The karate chop joke there. That's the Braves chop joke. I stole that from a friend, and he stole that from Robin Hood Men in Tights. So not the only Men in Tights reference I've made in this.
That screaming audience might have been a decent musical idea, except they just let it keep going, and they. Yeah,
that's the very first observation, the very first joke I wrote for this. I can't hear the song. Why are they still shouting? Like you legitimately can't hear it. It legitimately is drowning out the actual music. I guess it's to make it sound like it's happening live, but it's actually really annoying. You just want to tell them to shut up.
Okay, to be fair, the crowd does quiet down eventually.
And then this line, of course. I got so much material out of this one line. It's such a terrible, stupid line. I do like that's a good awkward laughter there, Todd.
Okay, you know how sometimes in sitcoms you'll see where they have that one joke where the whole room suddenly goes quiet. Right.
I think I pulled this idea from TV tropes. I don't go visit there often, but I did see there was a trope for that. I forget what it was called, but I used that page to search for a suitable scene to illustrate that, the How I Met Your Mother scene. I haven't really been watching this season, for the record. I wish I'd waited longer to start laughing there, but that turned out to be the best take.
Usher's the one that said it, despite the fact that he's a grown-ass man. First,
gosh, and boobies.
What are you, 9? How does this even
Usher is 31. I cannot believe they let that line pass in there. This is my favorite scene I've ever made. This is just... I felt good about this from the very first second I thought of it. Just the smash cut, to me, It's my favorite scene I've ever. It's the best joke I've ever written.
Oh my god, I will get a restraining order.
I love the way Lupa's just like legitimately looks pissed off when you cut back to her. Lupa was actually apparently a fan of mine even before I made it on the site, and I just started checking her stuff out right before she made it on the site. And I was originally gonna Lupa's role was gonna be played by a friend of mine. I was gonna wrangle someone else into it, but then I figured it'd be funnier if I dragged Lupa into it. And of course,
That's probably why your wife left you. Here, it's right in the divorce papers. Look. Files for divorce on the grounds that
actually, Usher filed for divorce from his wife rather than the other way around.
Okay,
The not a rhyme joke I've used a couple times. That's
still whatever.
yeah, that is a pretty cool bass line. If I was doing this again, I wouldn't even be. I would just be smashing my right hand to simulate those annoying beeps, and that really does legitimately bother me. Those stupid beeping sounds.
Machine in the recording booth, or at the very least, don't use it during a session.
Oh yeah, this is the 3D part.
Wow, does that line belong in a different song? At last.
Yeah, this again.
You finally, my true love. Yes, you.
Yeah, I'd find it difficult to believe that Usher can't, find everything he wants in a girl just by looking at her. She looks good. He's Usher. He's known for it. He plows through 30 different girls in every 2 hours he's awake.
These guys again.
I actually did watch part of the World Cup, and the vuvuzelas were legitimately pretty damn annoying.
Seriously, I can't take this anymore. Let's skip
That part actually happens after the will.i.am verse, but sometimes you have to mix and match to get the effect you want. Artistic license and all that. Yeah, my dad said he didn't even realize will.i.am was a part of the song at all when he first heard it. Matter of fact, my dad was the first person to tell me I should review this, because he had just found out that I did these videos, and he immediately suggested this thing because he saw Usher perform it on American Idol. And I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. And eventually I just accumulated enough jokes to do it. That's why I do it. I do the most overplayed songs, because that way writing is a lot easier. I don't have to go think about it because I'm hearing it all the time, and they just accumulate in my head over time.
good use of your Usher.
Oh yeah, we're coming up to another Lupa thing.
She makes you want to say,
We immediately got shipped after this video, which is, exactly why I did it, really.
Oh my gosh. Does she really?
If you want to know what it's like to make these videos, imagine spending 3 hours going through Goofy cartoons trying to find a suitable one where he says gosh or garsh, and then plowing through Kingdom Hearts transcripts to find another piece of footage where he says garsh, because it doesn't sound loud enough on the video that you found. Right, 3 hours of Kingdom Hearts footage and another 3 hours of Goofy footage. That's pavement. This last scene was a bit I was planning where, I felt like everyone hated me when I first joined the site, and I wasn't gelling with anyone. I was going to do a crossover video where everyone hated me. The webcam thing was originally intended for J.O., I think. Jesu Otaku. And I hadn't even talked to her when I thought of it.
Good night, Todd.
I'm going to talk a little more. But yeah, that part was planned for a video where everyone would hate me. I would try to convert the distressed watcher to Mormonism, and I'd try and explain that Spider-Man breaking up with Mary Jane was actually a good thing to Linkara. Those were a little of the things I was planning. Eventually, all kind of that one line filtered into the end of this review. All right, the review's over. I'm going to stop. Thank you for listening. There's a new video coming out fairly soon, I'm sure. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.